Hello, everybody, and welcome to round number 4 of the HRL Cup Series Championship as we are set to get underway here soon at Las Vegas for our second intermediate racetrack of the season. I am joined by Dagan Roca here in the commentary booth. How are we looking forward to this race?
Good. Yeah, I think a lot of these Cup drivers who were in the ARCA race, this is probably a breath of fresh air. This is a nice, simple intermediate track. They don't have to deal with any right-hand corners this race.
Some of these drivers have run the ARCA race earlier at the Charlotte Roval, so it will be, like you said, a breath of fresh air for some of these drivers as they are completing their qualifying laps. Got a battle for the regular season points. Well, maybe not a battle, but it's closer than some of the rest are to them. Alexander Ortega currently leads our points after race 3 with Joshua Carey in second, CJ Clark in third. The battle for the final playoff spot only separated by 1 point across 4 drivers at the moment. So we'll obviously keep track of that as the season goes. But right now, not really a point in the schedule to worry about that. Right now, we have to focus on how these drivers are performing now. And so far, this season, it has been one team that has stood out above them all.
Yeah, I mean, even last season and the season before that, XMS has always had the drivers to just contend for the wins and be up front all day long. I think that's kind of their game plan. I mean, these drivers, I believe in XMS, they've known each other for a while, like going back to row racing. So they have, good connections to each other. They know they've raced alongside each other for many years. So that experience with each other and experience racing in general just lends a good hand to finishing really well.
It absolutely does. And so far this season, that long-time chemistry has obviously shown. Early on in the season so far, it has been, what is it now, 2 wins for Alexander Ortega?
I believe so. He got Homestead and last week's Atlanta, did he? Yeah, he did. So this could be it's another intermediate, so I believe we might see the same cases. I believe Alexander Ortega is our pole sitter. Yep. I guess should we go down our starting lineup before the pace car goes?
Well, that, but also we gotta. Who do we think is gonna take victory here, Dagan? Because me personally, I'm thinking Joshua Carey gets it done today. He's been so close multiple times, and most notably denied back in Homestead by his teammate Alexander Ortega. I think he finally gets one done here today, qualifying 4th. Think we could see something good out of that 81 car today. How about you?
I think we also, this is Diego Rodon's second race in the Cup Series this season, because he didn't actually run the first 2 races, Homestead and Daytona, but obviously Atlanta is not the most skill-based track, and I believe he got wrecked out of that. So
yeah.
This could be, he's starting outside of Ortega, which is P2. I think this could be a really good showing for him.
All right. Well, if you would like to take us through our running order, I will let you go at that.
Yeah, so first row, our pole sitter is Alexander Ortega. To the right of him is Diego Rodon. Then row 2 is Clinton McDonald and Joshua M. Carey as they're heading off.
Hi,
Row 3 is Christian Herkloss and Kenneth Picas. And row 4 is, Payson Lindsay and Brennan Schuett.
Not to end up on your hood.
Row 5 is Mike Jensen and Ryan Schuett, which I believe this is Ryan Schuett's maybe best qualifying effort for an intermediate track. Then row 6 is Peyton Atkins and Kohler McGillen, which was a bit of a shock for me. Kohler McGillen, he's usually the qualifying merchant. So I'm wondering what happened to him on his qualifying laps. Then row 7, CJ Clark and CJ Erdman. Then row 8, Jacob Morrissey and Dylan Smith. Row 8, we have Nathan Smith and Ronan Suarez. Row 9, Michael Wolf and Isaac Herr. Then finally in I think row 10 is Camden Ehrlich and Alex Martinez.
Well, thank you for that, Dagan. That is your running order to start this race. Alexander Ortega leads us away from pole. The pace car does come down pit road a bit late there, but Ortega leads us to pole. Roldan on the outside into the restart zone. We are green for Cup Series at Vegas, and Ortega will make it to the line first. Is a good push from Clinton McDonald, and Carey not going to give a push to the outside of Diego Roldan. Down into turn 1 they charge. As Ortega, will he get clear down into turn 1? Not quite. Roldan holding his own on the outside, and this is going to be the benefit of being on the outside. Some would say it's the preferred line around here, at least at some points of the race. This early, maybe not, but he can make it work. Roldan sticking it around the outside to maybe get to the lead over Ortega.
Yeah, he was looking to clear Ortega with the momentum, but couldn't quite get it done.
Back, it's Ryan Schuett. And Camden Ehrlich goes into him. Caution is out on lap 2. Ryan Schuett, after what you said, his best, and that is wheel damage. Ryan Schuett, after his possibly best qualifying effort on an intermediate, may be out already.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch that. Let me see what happened.
Camden Ehrlich also involved. Looks like he just went into the grass in the infield, and then nowhere Camden Ehrlich could go. He just started spinning up in front of the field, came up off the grass, tried to get down, and just hit him. I don't think it should be too significant a damage. That 20 car should be able to keep going, but not what you want to see. Not this early, and you got to feel it for Ryan Schuett.
Yeah, he just got loose under his brother. Probably, trying to take it easy, but in doing that, got his car a little bit too loose, because these O'Reilly's cars, they do have a tendency to get a little loose out of turn 4.
Well, certainly saw it there, and like you see there, significant front left damage to the 23 Mustang. That is not gonna be a lightful way to start your race here at Vegas. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get that repaired. We'll hope so. But we'll obviously have to wait and see. I think misses pit stall as well. Just back up to get to it.
Yeah, obviously not ideal. I mean, it depends. I think missing your pit box is better. The least of your concerns at this point. We'll have to see how many laps he goes down, depending on the damage.
Well, given the fact that it is a wheel that is broken, I would imagine the damage is going to be pretty substantial, and you're probably looking at a couple of minutes at least. But at least if you're going to repair that, you're doing it under caution, so you're going to lose way less time. Under green, you lose maybe 4, maybe even 5 laps repairing that under green. But luckily, he's maybe only going to lose 2.5-ish. Only going to be 2 if that case, because he'll be able to catch up to the pace car. But also have some more cars down pit road. Jacob Morrissey, I think, repairing some damage to the right front of that 18 car. Michael Wolf as well. Not sure if he was caught up in this, and I think he managed to avoid it, or maybe was one of the cars that was caught hitting the nose, trying to check up to avoid the incident, ran into the back of someone. I'm not entirely certain, though. But does look to be okay. Now, as Nathan Smith also down pit road. Again, car also looks clean, so I think the 61 will be A-okay. Camden Ehrlich, obviously, unfortunately caught up in that wreck. Does have some notable damage on that right front, so we'll get that repaired as well.
Yeah, honestly, it just depends on how much damage the wheel damage is actually causing. Because I know with iRacing, it could either be race ending or it doesn't affect you. I think the last time I got wheel damage, it told me I had wheel damage, but the car didn't really feel that much different. It was a little bit tighter. But sometimes, even if it doesn't feel that difference, it could be a lot of minutes on pit road you spend. As we're getting a report that the 20 car of Camden Elric Ehrlich has a meatball flag.
Apparently, Camden Ehrlich's race appears to be done. So, wow, unfortunate for the number 20, who didn't even make it a lap.
That's wildly unfortunate.
That seemed like that big of an incident either. Not from that. Well, certainly.
Yeah, I'm seeing messages from him in from places, and he's not too happy.
I mean, how could you be after having your race ended this early? But got to put that in the back of your mind and focus forward for the next race for Camden Ehrlich. But
yep,
this field gets
luckily
to focus on this
there are
race.
4 drop races, so
That is true. So he'll be able to
as
survive
long as you
that.
make the whole schedule. As we're about to go green.
Pace car into pit road. Alexander Ortega still leads.
Green.
Can be a better
wrecking in the back.
This car is wrecking in the back. Everyone on the outside doesn't get away well, and it's CJ Erdman into the wall. As man,
Not a great start. I watched that happen. I couldn't tell exactly what happened. I just saw someone getting turned off the nose with the 09.
Brendan Schuett.
I literally could not see anything. The pop-up showed up that said, "Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device?" It was like Java SE runtime or whatever.
Oh, he got a pop-up.
Oh, that is
It's already one of
unfortunate.
the worst race starts in HRL history, like ever.
I'm surprised. What was the 94 doing?
Hey, Dylan,
Did
easiest
the 09 come
front-end
down or
damage
did the
from me?
94 come up?
It looked like the 09 came down.
Okay, yeah, I
don't know
couldn't
if
see
it's
it well
gonna
from this
show it, but
angle.
You can hear the Windows audio in it.
I don't know. Like, I see a lot of
get my slots back because I did.
back and forth motion from the 8 car. I don't know how much damage that caused him.
Race control,
He hit
there
the
will be
09, then hit
internet,
the
there will be-
hit the 31, and then just, it was like a ping pong effect. That could be a lot of damage in terms of iRacing.
Well, okay, not an ideal start.
Yeah, this is quite the interesting start. But never really had something like this.
No. This one appears to not even be really on any driver, as the driver that caused that incident, Brendan Schuett, appears to have had a Windows pop-up
I guess
for allowing apps to make changes.
Yeah, This is the second race in a row he's wrecked because of something not exactly his fault.
Yeah. A supposed gearbox issue back in Atlanta just a week ago that saw him shift from 4th into 3rd, redline the engine, and it just blow. So
You got some rear end damage, Brendan.
not entirely sure
Do I have any front end damage?
what is going on with
I'm
Brendan
not
Schuett, but
seeing
the
any.
second race in a row, seemingly technical issues, is Race
Okay,
Control
thank
has
you.
just given us an update that the 09 of Brendan Schuett will receive
If
an
you're gonna
end-of-line
DOL,
penalty
do it
instead of a
like that.
drive-through, as the incident wasn't entirely his fault.
Yeah, I mean, technically it is his fault, but not in terms of himself controlling it. I mean, he was the one who caused the wreck, so
I want
that's
to say
at
real
his
quick,
fault.
thanks
His
Still
car ran
penalty.
into
for not running
Yeah.
me over after I
But
decided
not
to run
as
the field.
harsh of you would usually get under those circumstances.
I guess interesting. Both Schuett brothers causing
But funny enough,
early
the second
cautions.
league this week, that's the race that we went through.
Well, it's yeah, there. I got nothing there.
Looks like we're going green this time.
One would assume.
Hopefully
Field is
for
doubled up
a few laps.
for a bit longer, hopefully. But it not always. Hopefully we can get that green flag on the lap 9 of 120. Long way to go, everybody. So this race is very far from over. Now, there seems to be a car missing on the outside, unless Joshua Carey just has not gotten into
I
his
think that's
race.
Carey. He's
Okay,
just
I would
laying back a little bit.
assume so. Shoot. Getting even further back in line.
Hello, Mr. 09. Me and the 18 are going to be
Ryan Schuett is still the only one on the pit road. I think he's gone down 4 laps. Or I guess, are we already on lap 9?
Yes, we are. Pace car pulls into pit road. Alexander Ortega still leads. It's a difference on the front row, though, because now Clinton McDonald holds second, and Diego Roldan is slotted back into third. And the field checks up hard from, I think, Ortega just did not get going.
Gone, dude. Like, what the fuck?
What in the world?
Martinez spins into the grass. It keeps it off the racing surface, so they keep going. Not entirely sure what that was. It just looked like the leaders just completely checked up.
Let me.
Yeah, no problem for like 5 cars getting damaged and one guy like flying to the infield.
Definitely questionable there. I'm not sure who's going to be pin blame on that, but here comes out Diego Roldan for the lead.
Some retard on the bottom.
Actually, we are almost about. We are 3 wide down into turn 1. Joshua Carey, Payson Lindsay, Clinton McDonald, Alexander Ortega, Diego Roldan, your top 5. Carey gets a little bit loose exiting 2, and he has to gather it all up. Roldan still challenging down into turn 3 for the lead, trying to take the lead off of Alexander Ortega and challenge these XMS cars for a win here. Lap 11 of 120, Ortega almost gets in the wall. They're still side by side, 2 rows back, as this is a great battle for the lead right now, as Ortega does give up that fight on the outside, and I think he may just try to slot in. Never mind, Roldan kind of holds him out there as Roldan gets the lead, but only temporarily, as Ortega uses the draft, gets back in front, charges down into turn 3, and gets that lead back, but Roldan's trying to fight around the outside, as he will do so barely. He clears Alexander Ortega. A beautiful move by Roldan, and he's got the lead. Very hard racing this early on, as it looks like Lindsay he does slot up into second. As Ortega now just losing positions left and right. He's lost 2 in the last lap now. Is he going to lose a third here from Christian Herklotz ripping the outside on Clinton McDonald? Is there's barely enough room on the outside there. Christian Herklotz trying to get around Alexander Ortega and Clinton McDonald, as he's actually going to hold it around the outside. Alexander Ortega not able to do much on the inside, so he is able to get away very well here. That is up into 3rd place, but that car potentially under investigation, I will say, as Ortega has lost 3 positions in the last couple of laps. On the outside.
Very interesting wreck situations at the beginning of this race.
Very, as a little update on the investigation into the number 9 car of Christian Herklotz has been given a drive-through penalty for the restart.
He did nothing there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what all it was. Herklotz jumped, supposedly.
So I went ahead and looked at it. Oh yeah, we're seeing the replay.
Oh yeah, what?
What I'm guessing happened is that he saw the green lights, and usually when you see the green lights, that's when everyone's going. In typical iRacing, but technically the leader has control. So I mean, it's the restart zone. The leader can go wherever he wants in the restart zone. But I guess a lot of these iRacing regulars, they expect to go when they see green, or if they're in the restart zone.
Yeah, but you want to talk about go?
Yeah, if you don't,
has got some go to him.
Yes. Let's see what happened to Ortega. He's
struggling right now.
Unless I think he could be saving his tires, if anything.
Well, it's pretty substantial save if that is the case,
That
because
is
he is
true, yeah.
dropping back. He's now,
stacking up the field.
Yeah, pretty substantial. I mean, if he can hold these cars off, then that'd be good for him and his tire situation. But knowing that his teammate is still going and not maybe running on that same strategy, and Kerry is lurking right here as well.
Yeah, I feel like at this stage of the race, you would want to, I don't know, get some spread between the field until you start doing this, because you're just going to keep losing track position.
Or serving his drive-through. As Ortega is, very much holding this pack up right now, as they're looking for every which way to get around him, as he's definitely checking up the bottom quite substantially. You can see there they kind of bunch up, and then the outside gets a surge in the mid-corner, and then just drives around him. Oh, almost contact there between him and Isaac Hurd.
This is interesting. I mean, Kerry's back here as well. I wonder if they're, playing the same strategy.
It definitely seems like it. Well, I don't know, because Clinton McDonald, the other XMS car, is just running up front, and Kerry looks like he's going to try and pass as well.
Is that Suarez? Yep. Watch out, wedge out, 3 wide in the back. Oh, that was really tight.
Racing hard. CJ Erdman, Suarez, and Nathan Smith, 3 wide in the back.
That could have been really close to a bad accident.
This is the very back of the pack. Suarez on the wall again. This is the very back of the pack, and you can still see Alexander Ortega further up. Is something wrong with that 28 car?
I can't imagine so. I know I've only done a few races on Las Vegas, but I can't remember if tire wear was insanely crucial. Well, actually, no. I know that these cars are pretty loose here, and so I could imagine he's saving his right rear, because then once you've saved it, you can just continuously drive. Because once you start losing your right rear, you just kind of have to slow down. There's nothing really you can do to go faster. You just got to slow down and make sure you don't spin out.
No real way with iRacing's tire model to push a worn rear tire. CJ Clark passing Morrissey there for, I'm not entirely sure what position that is, to be completely honest. As, substantial damage.
Did we cover Pace and Lindsay getting to the lead?
I think we saw it happen, but didn't talk about it much, as it was pretty swift. But Roldan is lurking right there.
Yep.
It's almost a full straightaway gap between these two and Alexander Ortega. So definitely questions around the strategy here, but things seem to even out more in this group further back. Is Brennan Stewart ripping the outside there. Well, that didn't last long. He got
yeah. There is extra
bank sideways, and I think he was. Oh, he must have gotten in it and then got out.
The 53 currently. I wonder if he's just running too hard.
Whoa! Dylan Smith and Atkins, I think, got at it there. A little bit of contact, door banging in turn 2. As this group is relatively single file at the moment, besides Brendan Schuett and Dylan Smith right now.
I think
Brendan Schuett in the wall again.
I wonder what some of these guys' game plans are going to be, because these two teammates are holding them up. I think the 7 of Kohler McGillen is probably following along with them. If he knows that they are fast, and they may be doing this for a reason.
Kind of the idea of that people take to a championship battle approach. Do not do differently than your championship rival.
Mm-hmm. Unless you're confident in something else, but usually we don't often see wrong calls from the 28.
No, not usually, but I will tell you, these two starting to maybe go out a little bit now, as Kerry feels he may have more pace in the car at this point while managing. So I'll have to keep an eye on the gaps and how they rise and fall. But it's 3 seconds to the leaders between these two, as Isaac Herr having a great race so far today here in Vegas. F53 car, like you mentioned earlier, having a great run. A little bit of a wall tap on entry, might be under threat of losing that position to Kenneth Picas.
He
As,
gained on that corner, so I that tells me he's pushing. I think, are they catching the 21? Or are they just breaking?
I'm not sure. I think we'll find out in just a moment when the gap scrolls over, but the gap, well, focusing more on gaining. So 1.8, so 1.2. Oh, they do appear to be gaining. They're actually gaining on the leaders, as a matter of fact.
Oh, that concerns me a little bit, knowing the tires, knowing how loose these cars can get.
Yeah. Ooh,
Oh,
hold
they're
on.
side
Here
by
comes
side
Jaeger.
for the
Hold
lead?
on.
Almost.
Well, they might be side by side coming off this corner as Lindsay went to the low line and got in dirty air. As here
What's
comes
he
Jaeger
gonna do?
Roldan. Lindsay defends to the outside. Here comes Jaeger
Lap
Roldan to
car.
the inside. Does Lindsay box him in? The lap car goes way high. Gets up into the
Wall.
wall to get out of the way. Fair enough to Alex Martinez.
Wait, is Lindsay going to have to run on the backstretch? It looks like it.
I think he will. They're not side drafting. Not want to cost each other too much time. You can battle like this and not lose a huge chunk of time as long as you don't side draft each other.
Looks like
But,
Lindsay's
whoa.
took his air away.
Great battle right now between Pace and Lindsay and Diego Roldan. These two are going at it. 99 and 5 going down into 1. Does Roldan look for the lead here? Lindsay blocks him, takes the air away off his nose.
That's a tall line.
That's a very tall line, as he's just going to allow cars further back to gain as we ride on board with Diego Roldan down into turn 3. Smooth at the steering, kind of sawing at it just a little bit, trying to get the force feedback, find where the road is telling you it's grippiest. And running in behind that 99 car is certainly not going to help. So he's going to dive to the low line here, get out of the dirty air. Lindsay running very high. You can see the car tight on entry just a little bit, and then ripping the paint on the bottom line and gets loose on the exit. Lindsay gets a better run off the top. That is the kind of the magic of oval racing, this multi-groove racing that these tracks can hold.
Yeah, I think the top is going to always be the dominant line in terms of passing. I know the last time I was at Vegas, I was in the 87s, and if you couldn't really get the bottom to work unless you just legitimately had better tires. See, what Pace and Lindsay's doing is ideally what you want to do. You enter on the high side and then just kind of arc it low so you can get the drive off.
Get the drive off, and by doing that, you allow the person behind you to kind of drive it into the corner and gain on you on entry. So they're going to be taking a higher mid-corner speed. And by the time you arc it down, you come down in front of them and you take the air off their right front, and they're going to have to check it up a little bit on exit. But that certainly doesn't seem to be holding Diego Roldan right now as he goes up the inside. Will he be able to get anything looking for this move? Not quite.
Still
Trying
there.
to do everything in his power to do it, but Pace and Lindsay's just going to have to drive off the corner.
Yep. You can see there's a bump on the bottom line in turn 1, and that's where you can kind of see the momentum shifts because you have to slow up a little bit more to get it slowed down. That
Well-
bump can really upset you.
Ooh, it certainly can, but again, nothing upsetting this 5 car right now is he's just going to drive through the lead. He dives it in, and this is where you're just going to see it again. Pace and Lindsay takes a much more smoother line. Doesn't send it in as much. Doesn't sacrifice mid-corner speed. And it gives him the drive off.
What I'm noticing in this backpack is the 53 and the 83 are catching the 21, but Kenneth Picas has fallen off of the back of the 53, and he's about to be swallowed up by, you guessed it, the people who are saving tires, Ortega and Carey.
Well, I will say that Isaac Herr has not lost time to the leaders. So they're all running similar pace, but it's these two right now, Carey and Ortega, who seem to have the speed. I'm not sure what their pace is relative to the leaders right now, But I suppose we'll find out this stint the difference between, having high pace early on or maybe managing too much.
That's
As
tight.
Pika tries to block to the outside, but it's not going to be enough. Ortega does get to the outside. Pika tries to defend to the inside, not lose 2 positions in one corner. And you're gonna see the preferred line here coming into effect. Alexander Ortega drives it around the outside. Pikas on the inside can't defend that move. Alexander Ortega does jump up into 5th, and I think Joshua Carey's going to follow suit very quickly.
I think the 83 might have just burnt his stuff up. That's what I'm guessing.
Very possible. 2 wide here for position. Dylan
As
Smith
like-
first. Atkins. That
I wonder
is short-lived.
if these guys in the back had actually attempted to pass Ortega and Carey, if that would have, made the tire saving strategy a little more difficult, because you'd have to pass more people.
Maybe. But, I mean, they're certainly not having an issue passing people right now. I mean, they're running like toe-to-toe with each other right now. As Isaac Kerr, does he defend? Does he take the line away from Ortega? No, he doesn't.
I don't think Ortega's running a crazy aggressive line. I think Kerr is just trying to, just stay in the race, because this is. I forget where he was running for Homestead, but I think he was doing all right. But this would be good points for him if he's able to stay right here.
Well, that's if he's able to stay right there, as it certainly looks like he is. Joshua Carey going around his outside, though, and the battle may be able to pick up between her and Pikas, as Roldan trying to challenge for the lead again. You can see Lindsay sliding the rears on the outside.
Payson Lindsay does like to run his tires hot, as we saw in Atlanta.
He very, very frequently saw at Atlanta. Don't know how at
you gonna have
some
to run,
point he was
Roldan?
able to hold on to that car.
They're
He did arc it a bit heavy.
even.
Dead even entering the corner. I think Roldan's actually got better drive off of turn 2. Dives it
Right.
down into turn 3, but Lindsay's going to pin him to the bottom. Fair racing between these two right
good
now,
move.
but Roldan had a surge on the exit. He actually stays even. They don't side draft. Still side by side in a 1. Oh, Lindsay hangs it on his door, entering the corner, try to get that 5 car upset. And it's just not going to happen. Roldan hanging on the inside, and Lindsay trying to hold it on the outside. Great battle for the lead right now, as Ortega passes Clinton McDonald for 3rd. Those two are catching up to these front 2 very quick.
Yep. Oh, and as we see, Kenneth Pika's actually passed the 53 car. Wonder what happened there.
Maybe the 53 burned up more tires.
That's probably the case. Well, 21 car in the wall, slightly. They're still side by side for the lead. This has been going on for what, 10 laps?
Something like that. A beautiful battle for the lead between Diego Roldan and Payson Lindsay as they go side by side. Roldan was sideways off the exit there.
They can't keep this up if they want to keep the lead, because the 28 car is looming.
Looming and closing rapidly, as I think it's been like several tenths a lap that Alexander Ortega has gained to these front 2. I think before long we'll be able to see that 28 car in shot. Lap 43 of 120. Questions of when do these drivers pit? As I imagine, it can't be too long. You don't push follows. Here it is now. Diego Roldan almost lost it on entry.
They're side by side. This is going to be interesting.
Well, Payson Lindsay has been side by side on pit road with someone he's been fighting with multiple times today. Peter Smetana in the ARCA race, and now Diego Roldan in the Cup race. Where do these two come out? So Lindsay able to enter his stall cleanly. Roldan able to do the same. It certainly wasn't a clean entry from Roldan. It looked sketchy braking for the pit road entry.
I mean, that's what you got to do to gain advantage.
True. You got to do everything you can to gain an advantage on this field, as good as they are. As Lindsay gets going and Roldan gets off just as well. They almost exit side by side. And now down through turn 1. This is still the net battle for the lead. As I will say, despite Ortega
on to the
and
run.
McDonald, yeah, hold on, this could be huge, but they've got cars coming up behind, so you got to be careful
Yep.
how you make your move here.
Okay, they're letting them by the other cars.
I am gonna say, Roldan, as he goes
Pace
for the
Lindsay's
lead
loose.
here, hold on. Payson Lindsay struggling on the cold tires. Roldan to the inside, and he will clear. He goes all the way to the
28 cars
grass.
hitting in.
And Diego Roldan into the, net lead here at
82
Vegas. But I
hitting.
was going to say before that kicked off, well, if Payson Lindsay's going to even give me an opportunity to
else
say it, as
hitting.
it doesn't look like he will. Payson Lindsay ducks to the inside. A beautiful battle for the lead here in Vegas, and Roldan
He'll clear
tries to
him
hang it on
easily.
the outside. Yeah, that was not even a contest. Oh,
he
Lindsay
slides
had
on
to
exit.
avoid McGillen.
Oh!
Beautiful battle between the 5 and the 99 as they go side by side into one. Roldan hangs
8
it on his
hitting this
door, and he's going to cut it back underneath.
21 hitting.
Lindsay took a shallow line,
Taking
and he's
hold
just
for the
sliding
other
off the
tire
exit again. That 99
They-
car is loose.
I'm sure they're
Yeah,
having
I'm
great
kidding.
fun, but they really have to consider the long run. all
They
this
really
side by side
do.
battling is not. I'm
81
sure
in the pits,
Ortega
time
saw
by.
this. He's probably he'd love to see the side by side racing because all that's going to happen is
Bro, get,
Bring him to the
killing
front.
my car, bro. I'm
He's
so
probably rejoicing. Isaac Herr, update
I'm
on the
sorry,
car
bro.
that was running so well. Isaac Herr has been
Peyton
caught
Diego
for
just
speeding
walked in.
in
No.
pit road.
oh that's such a
Very
that's
unfortunate. But, all right, I think they're far enough away that I can say this now. And it's a bit late because it's already played out, but I'm going to
Yep.
say it anyways because I think this is going to be how the rest of this race plays out. These two are not saving early on in their stint. They're saving at the end of
He
it.
was like in the middle of the track.
Or at least that's how it seems. Ortega and Carey are saving at the beginning of the stint and pushing at the end. Does that pay off more because
Hit the
what
brake, lock it up a
Lindsay
little bit,
and
drift it up a tiny bit,
Roldan are
and you
doing
went up and hit the wall. That is what happened.
is they're getting to pit earlier, is about 2 laps earlier than the 2 XMS drivers. So they're getting an undercut on tires, which has already worked out. It's given them multi-second gap so far. I'm not exactly sure what the gap is. We'll see when the ticker scrolls over to see, as we will get a look on that shortly. As Michael Wolf coming down pit road, looks like smoke coming from that car. But the gap
getting them
to
to-
Roldan and Ortega is 7 seconds. Is that undercut going to work for Roldan and Lindsay? Because right now it clearly has. The gap was around 1.52 seconds when they came down pit road. It is now 7 seconds between the front two and the 2 XMS drivers that were saving, playing the alternate strategy of Alexander Ortega and Joshua Carey. I think, judging by what we're getting now, this is going to play out in the
4.5
favor
minutes of optional. This isn't
of
racing.
Roldan and Lindsay. And Lindsay also no stranger to pulling the alternate strategy in these races, because think back to his strategy in Homestead, where he did a very similar thing. He pit very early, got the undercut on the tires, and, well, it didn't play out quite like he wanted. It could have been an experiment strategy. See what worked. What's too aggressive, what's too
Isaac, I like to go
conservative
longer.
on the tires, or
I
on
didn't mean to screw you up.
strategy. But now, it seemed like it might have it dialed in.
Thank you.
But we'll obviously see how that goes over the course of the race. As right now, Roldan is held a bit far back. As I just wonder if maybe he's saving a bit now. Because here can be an alternate into that strategy. Roldan and Lindsay have a gap now. They have a 9.5 second gap as Clint McDonald gets by Ortega. There's a 9.5 second gap between them and between the leaders and this group. Does Roldan now notice that, hey, these guys were charging up to us just after they were saving their tires. So I'm going to start saving now that we have that gap from the first pit stop and see if I can get this over on Lindsay at the end and push harder to get to the lead and maybe build a bit of a gap. Maybe pull the same thing on Lindsay that him and Lindsay just pulled on Ortega and Carey. As down into turn 3, Roldan still chasing Pace and Lindsay. The gap is about a second and a half between the front two. As Lindsay entering turn 1, and Roldan just entered turn 1 just then. So it is a quite large gap, 2 seconds between Roldan and Pace and Lindsay, as Clinton McDonald gaining on Roldan now, who is saving tires. Or presumably, because I can't imagine the pace difference will be that large
Mike Jensen,
after a run like that.
wreck, you'll do us all a favor. And make sure you wreck on track. I don't think
Drivers.
Mike Jensen, the wreck is going to do it himself anyway.
Drivers pleading for a caution of some kind to save their own races. As Lindsay continues to lead here. Currently very strong showing from this 99 car. Same driver who had a very strong showing just a few hours ago at the Roval. Pace and Lindsay currently sits
Thank you
12th
for
in
looking
points.
at it. I appreciate it.
4 spots under the cut line and sits 7 points back from the cut line. So a win here could massively help boost Pace and Lindsay's playoff efforts.
I'll
So
just go high.
is,
here,
is Ortega doing the same thing where he's saving a bunch in these
Thank
early laps? Because he's dropped off quite significantly to the leaders.
Thank you.
It definitely seems like it, but after watching how this first stint played out, let's listen to the throttle trace here. Big lift. Sounds like he may have even had the clutch in there. Yeah, not on the limit at all. So definitely saving. That's Clint McDonald, his teammate, who is running far up the road. But I'm not entirely sure. I mean, it doesn't sound like he's saving all that much because he's getting on the paint to try and get more grip out of the tires, as he just doesn't do it there. But it certainly seems like there's a bit of saving going on for Alexander Ortega. As we cut back to Pace and Lindsay, who is leading as Peyton Atkins going around, trying to go around the outside of CJ Erdman and Color McGillen. And McGillen's going to be able to pick up the spots from this as they go side by side down into turn 1. Color McGillen pushes it in and it doesn't have the grip on the inside really to drive ahead of CJ Erdman. So Erdman's going to get their run off the exit here as the battles are picking up in various spots of the field right now. McGillen still side by side. He is not letting the spot go at all.
They've been racing around each other this whole race. Colin McGillen was initially on the first round of, I guess the first stint, was trying to do what Carey and Ortega were doing, and this was the same situation. Erdman was trying to get around on the outside.
Well, it's been caught back in that same situation again as
Yep.
Erdman just can't get
Hey,
around
TJ
him.
Christensen, nice try. No, if I wanted to turn him, I would have. I just wanted to scare him a bit. I want to get, like, suspended.
The driver
He
is
gave me so much damage that, like, my race.
Oh,
was
yeah,
over, so
CJ Clark is
point to
still upset
get him
about
back.
the
I'll
restart
get him
checkup.
back when it's important.
That did cause him significant damage.
He's not even the guy
And-
who caused the wreck, so I don't really know why he got penalized and blamed for it. But
I'm not
That's what
gonna
it
100% blame him for that because I mean,
If
hey,
that's the case, then I'll just switch on whoever actually did. Just if I did do his job correctly, which can be questionable sometimes.
there's
It should be him, but we'll see.
driver's still upset about the restart.
who
So you
caused it
can't
then?
blame them 100% because some drivers did.
No idea. I just know it wasn't the 9. The 9 was right on the inside, and he was just part of the checkup.
I lost my
don't
train of
see how
thought
you
there.
can sit here and say you're going to intent wreck somebody and not get anything for it. That's crazy to me.
Well, it's because I didn't actually do it. I let him go right on by. I got to make it look not intentional in a later race after we've all forgotten about it.
Yeah, but I mean, you are literally admitting over the radio that you're thinking about intent wrecking someone.
Ice goes by the rule book, and if it looks unintentional, then you can't say it's intentional.
Well, I mean, if you're admitting that it's intentional over the radio, I mean,
But if I wait like a whole season, then no one's going to remember. Or probably not a whole season. I'll probably do it like near playoff.
Cole McGillen and CJ Erdman still side by side.
Okay, so
I think
you're just going to
we should honestly just let TJ Clark do the commentating.
Yeah, that'll go over well.
As, I
Hey, keep it
apologize, I
right
had to
on,
mute
keep
my mic
off.
there for a moment, but we're back. Here, CJ Erdman still
by the way,
trying to
okay,
pass
I
Kohler
put it
McGillen
right
on the outside. It has been several laps, and still hasn't been able to get the move done. Erdman's got to be fuming in the cockpit right now.
Not
So-
pay one unless you have one.
Oh, Payson Lindsay's got to a nice lead.
yeah, sure.
Oh! Contact between Erdman and McGillen there, as it looked like McGillen almost went spinning into the inside wall.
Alex Ortega,
Did he?
Alexander Ortega lost.
Don't worry. Payson will do a strategy every race of wrecking himself out.
Drivers throwing
Worked
some
on
shade
that
at
race
each other.
Last year, though.
Yeah, these three, the Kohler McGillen, CJ Erdman, and Peyton Atkins, they've been around each other all race.
And it doesn't seem like it's getting any any easier on any of them at the moment. As I think Atkins actually gave a little bit of a push to Erdman there.
Dude, knowing that I
To
can be
help
a
him
second
around
lap
McGillen.
faster each lap is so annoying.
McGillen was looking 3 wide almost.
I know how it is, Schultz.
As
How many
Rodon
minutes of optionals do you
slowly gaining back to Lindsay.
I think over
As
a minute and a
I am
half.
just gonna point out again, is the gap has
Rookie
not
numbers.
gotten much better for
Plus
Alexander
1.5.
Ortega. 7.4 seconds back. And for Kerry, who is also on the saving
got
strategy,
me
is
beat this time,
9.2 back right now, last I saw. So the alternate
thank you.
strategy not
Hey,
working
2
out
minutes
great at the
for
moment.
every
Is
extra.
Atkins into the wall, and they just... So Erdman got
I'm
the
just gonna
position
stay
and then
on the
lost
bottom
it.
till we
Atkins
figure
got the
it back
position
behind
and then now
me.
loses
Beware.
it again. As they're coming up on lap traffic of CJ Clark. This is just so back and forth. As
Ooh,
McGillen holds the
oh,
19 to the
careful.
inside to get him behind that lap car. I think McGillen is about as done as you can be with these cars right now.
Yeah. But Peyton Atkins
Dude, I should've just
disagrees.
ran
He's
straight
kind
into
of
him back again.
gonna try to
He-
fight
Now
for
I'm
it.
thinking about it.
Yeah, he's looking back for it.
Walking over fifth on the back is insane, by the way.
Brian was like half a length
As,
on them.
As apparently Picus was
And
making
you
some
had a-
aggressive blocking on Joshua Carey. As Picus not going to give this fight up yet. Trying to look around the outside of Carey, but I have a feeling that the tire saving that 81 car has been doing is going to be a little bit
Yeah.
too strong for the 83 car.
How's the race
Especially
going
in
for you,
they've
Sheila?
gone 30 laps on this run, I
I was
think.
trying to go inside. to get to 94.
Around I think it was lap 43. I think it was lap 42
Yeah.
that we had the leaders pit, and then 44
So I
for.
I would've
Karen,
held
This
him
might
up
be
if I
the
knew that
the
my
same
fault.
strategy as Homestead, where it's a two stopper.
Me and Erdman are huge.
I think so. I think that's what we're looking at here. As
38, not 94.
I'm so used
Again,
to
I'm still very
uh,
curious to
Martinez
see,
being in '94.
because if it does become, if it is a two-stop, which it mathematically has to be, when do they pit? And simultaneously, what is the strategy call from
the
some
drop
of the
races
top
just for
drivers
the
right
regular
now?
season?
Clinton McDonald has good pace. I don't know about winning pace,
Never
but
mind, I got
has
an
good
answer.
pace nonetheless. Payson Lindsay hasn't been saving tires this stint,
Greg
it seems
Holt
like.
is
Kind of did
cursing
the
me out. This
kind of did
makes
the
me
exact
mad.
strategy that
13.
him and Roldan did in the first stint, but Roldan has saved at the beginning of this stint
Got
and
you
is
to
now
fucking
closing the
DP,
gap. It was
slide down,
1.5
trying to
seconds
come
like
13 to go low.
8 laps ago. I think it's now down to 7 or 8 tenths. So actually,
Well,
Roldan
he
is
just got
in the
he just
same
got
shot.
blocked by the.
You guys seriously need to learn how to shut up.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
Yeah, he is catching though.
He is very much catching. I think this is the difference in tires. As McDonald is falling back, Ortega and Carey are gaining in. So it is just a repeat of stage 1. But the difference is, by this point in the first stage, the drivers on the alternate strategy were within a second and a half of the leaders. Right now, they're 6.5, 7 seconds back.
That's the kind of you know, you have to go bold with some strategy. I feel like
Is Greg Holt in this race?
I don't know, because you have Payson Lindsay and
Unfortunately
Diego
not.
Roldan,
You
who
make it more exciting.
they're the hard runners. They just want to go fast
I'll
and
have to
somewhat
get
save
to
tires.
him in
But
a
Joshua
later
Carey
race, I
and
guess.
Alexander Ortega are the
He
ones
was
who were
mean
trying
to me for
to
some
play the
reason.
long
I
run
didn't
with
know
these
people not
tires.
in the race could talk.
How much?
Yeah.
It looks like
People who
Ortega has
were.
passed Carey, or is Carey caught up to
Me personally,
Ortega?
I would not threaten him. I,
I
think
would
he's
almost
a lot
say that
better than me when
Carey's
I think-
probably caught up to Ortega.
I think yeah, Carey is caught up. I'm really curious to see how
Oh, he
much
told me
time
to look.
the
Greg
28
Holt
and
is
the
on,
81 are
buddy.
able to gain, but
Fear me,
with
Greg.
how fast and how far away the 5 and the 99 are, I think it's going to be a tall task.
Now,
He is DMing me,
I
like, in
do
the race. I don't know
wonder,
he
and
can
I
do that.
could be wrong on this.
Side by side for the lead.
Yeah, here comes Diego Roldan for the lead. Is it going to be a hard challenge by Lindsay on the outside?
Nope.
Roldan opens up the
He's got
steering.
it.
It's not even close. Diego Roldan goes up into the lead, and I don't know that Payson Lindsay is going to be able to fight that back because Lindsay has not been saving tires. Roldan has. So I don't think there's going to be much of a fight back here. He's trying, but is it going to be enough? No. Oh, it's not done, though.
He's keeping up, but I don't know for how long.
Don't restart, Nathan Smith.
Yeah, no, definitely not going to be able to challenge now. That's probably too much. But
Still gets the run off, which is good, but
yeah, not good enough to keep with the tires that 5 car has.
Hello.
But I was going to mention it, and I do wonder, but it wouldn't make sense because of how the first stop played out. Can you go more than 40 laps on one set of tires, or on one set of fuel, and can you maybe do 60?
Dude.
But
I didn't get in these cars, so I honestly don't know with 75% fuel tanks.
well, I mean, we'll see. I almost want to say 75% fuel tank. That's the average Xfinity car around Vegas could do what, 80?
Can they?
70 or 80, I think.
No. I'd say it's a good distance, but at that point you're sacrificing your tires. And so is it really worth it to go super long on fuel when you're going to have to make the same amount of pit stops either way?
Well, that's what I was saying. What if these drivers aren't saving tires?
None
Well,
of
I
them?
mean, simultaneously they are. What if they're not saving
Yeah.
tires? What if these two, Carey and Ortega, what if they're saving fuel? To have to
Never mind,
take
never mind,
less
I was
fuel
gonna get
at
there.
the second pit stop so they can gain the time that they've lost back and simultaneously gain time back at the end of the stint because they've been saving their tires the whole time.
I wouldn't be surprised, but they would have to, I think, pit the same lap as the leaders
Donald then.
because that's where you You don't want to get undercut in this
No.
situation.
I think that might have been their strategy in the first stop or in the first stint, but then Roldan and Lindsay maybe pitting early to what they expected, knew that the time loss would be too great.
Hold on, pitting.
Roldan pitting, and Lindsay doesn't come in with him.
He might not have known.
I'm gonna fit in too.
Maybe Roldan might have called it out really late to try and
But
catch
even
Lindsay off guard.
Ortega and Carey, they went right by him. So
It's
we'll have
it's
to
a
see.
repeat.
Yeah, because
this
this
is
is lap 82, this is where you would want to pit for the two-stopper.
This is exactly where you'd want to pit. But this is playing out just like stage one. This is
seriously.
if these drivers try to go a couple more laps, like
that's the best I could do.
Ortega and Carey did in the first stint. So Lindsay's going to seemingly do the same thing because it was 2 laps that put that 9-second gap between the leaders and Ortega and Carey, which is his lap 2 for them now.
As low as I could go.
As there's Roldan.
Yep.
We're going to see the tire difference here in just a minute.
Yeah, we are. And this will be crucial.
It will. He needs to get by them as fast as possible, and he needs to gain as much time. They're still going. I think
I'm surprised.
this is going to play out. Will the tires be enough? They'd have to overcome 2 laps at the end of the last stint. Gave them an extra 6.5 seconds. Oh, McDonald's
Caution.
stuck.
Oh, no.
As he gets it going.
Where was that?
Does this benefit Roldan? Because
it does. No, it doesn't. It absolutely does not.
He's a lap down.
He's a lap down.
Wow.
And this saves Lindsay, Ortega, and Carey.
It does.
Pikus as well. And this just destroys Roldan's race.
I think he'll be able to get the wave around for this caution, but that's wow. Unless people are still
lucky dog.
down. I don't think so.
If I didn't get
Herclass is lucky dog. Wow.
So Diego Roldan.
Can't believe I got a minute and a half because it was stacked up on lap like 7. That's
Man.
damage.
I mean, they're 4 wide at Talladega right now.
This is.
We'll just have to see.
They're in turn 3
This
and
is
4.
4.
Lap cars get bunched up, please. Get bunched up, please.
Oh, McDonald almost comes up and kills Dylan Smith.
Oh, you heard him. Bunch up.
Are we gonna get the wave
Lindsay,
around?
Ortega, and Carey, and everyone else in between coming down pit road. Everyone just.
A lot of people staying out. Unless these are the lap down cars.
No, these are the people staying out are the lap down cars. They're taking their wave around, I suppose, as that's probably all the people that pit. So
I think only one car can get the wave around though. That's a 9 car.
Five minutes of damage. I have you
Oh.
now, Schultz.
I have 6 minutes, CJ.
Yo, no, my 4 minutes is not enough now. Guess I gotta hit the outside wall again.
drivers that were ahead of the lead lap car
What
gets
happened,
wave
Felicia?
around during pacing.
It was just so loose on the new tires in turn 3 and 4.
Yeah, you're done.
So
you're not beating
this
me up
is
the road.
a interesting
No, I came in several cars
situation,
behind you,
'cause
like,
for
almost
Roldan.
equal.
I'm not sure if he did end up getting a lap
I did
back or
completely
not.
miss
I don't
that,
think
so,
he
we can talk
did.
about
No.
Man, that is.
Let me go check.
that. Look it up.
He is currently listed as 9th. I'll have to see when the.
According to race
Settle
control,
down,
he
settle
will get
down.
wave around.
Okay.
Must be the win.
Because I think there's these 3 people. There's a lot of people who didn't pit.
Yeah. So the benefit that I think Roldan has right now is when he pit, he didn't even get a full lap of race speed under those tires.
Oh, there were
So
a
they
lot of
won't-
people
I hate
lapped
how
down.
iRacing does this
Yeah.
in real life. They send us around the pace
What
car
were you
with
saying?
a lap and a half left
Sorry.
of caution instead of just 1 lap.
Tires that Roldan is on don't even have a full lap of racing speed on them.
We gotta
yet.
win this time.
So they're not going to be substantially worn to
Yeah.
the rest of the field. He just needs to maybe save a little bit like he did in this most recent stint. Save early on like he was doing, and then do the exact same thing he did at the end of the stint and come back
Hey
at
guys,
the
you gotta
end.
catch up to the field.
I think
Yep.
that's going to be huge, but the field's got to catch up here. This is going to be a little bit touch and go here.
Oh yeah, I mean they'll be okay, but it's a little sketchy.
No.
Yeah, it's going to be close.
Oh,
I
Clinton
think
McDonald connection dropped due to
Rip in
upload
peace.
packet loss.
Uh-oh. That's
I mean, he was.
Rip.
That's the third place
top three
car. That's
contender, yeah.
Yeah.
Will they catch?
nope. Yep,
Can't
they're
switch lane-
here,
can't
but it's
switch lanes before the start finish
going to
line,
be a
right?
little bit of a jumble in terms of momentum. Oh no, they're
Three cars on the outside lane.
oh, it's tight. Yeah, they got stacked up. That
Heavily there.
not a
Honestly, I
great
think
start
it's
at
like as
all
long as you
for
don't
them.
pass someone like
No.
Look at 3,
This is
4,
Lindsay
5
and
driving
Ortega.
back.
flag too. I don't think HRL is gonna
Ortega and
for it.
Lindsay going side by
4 wide in the
side.
back.
Oh my. Yes, they are. Here's the battle for the lead. Carey,
Oh my God,
Ortega,
there's a whole
Lindsay,
pack behind
all
us.
going at it. Lindsay jumps to the outside, and this allows Carey to
Yeah,
the
I thought it
bottom.
was far
Carey
wide, and I said
trying
no.
to challenge for P2. Drives it to the inside. He's a little bit loose in the mid-corner. Has to collect it, and manages to collect the car. And he does, but he's under threat now from Kenneth Pikus as Payson Lindsay sets his sights on Alexander Ortega for the lead again as Ortega moves up and he gives him a shot to the bumper.
Jason Lindsay wants to go.
He's not going to wait around here. Not at all. That's what you love to see from a driver. They want a race now. They know it's go time. Lindsay looking to the outside. Ortega just
He's there.
shuts the door. He tries, but he can't get it shut in time.
What's he going to
Side
do
by
entering the corner?
side.
He has the aero advantage.
Yes, he does.
Oh,
Around
he's
the
stayed high.
outside. He doesn't pin it on his door, so he doesn't
Oh, there
squeeze
he
him,
goes.
but he
He's gonna
doesn't
clear.
have to. Lindsay around the outside, and he's got the move done for the lead. Lap 90 of 120. This race is heating up here late. So Lindsay looks loose in turn 4. And so he's into the wall.
We're bringing the 28 car right back to him.
Does Ortega go for the lead? Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't. He hit the bump, I
Lindsay-
think. Lindsay has the
So,
preferred
look
line
like
in
it.
this situation.
He can just squeeze Ortega all he wants now. He controls the racing line at the moment. That 99 car looks pointy in the corners. He was at an angle.
Concerned because this is the closest Ortega has been to this alternate strategy of go hard, go fast. So I wonder if Ortega's at an advantage because he can just kind of lay off and he can lose a second, but that'll gain him who knows how much time in tire advantage.
Not entirely sure, but it seems like Lindsay isn't exactly being smooth either. As Diego Roldan is trying to recover from the caution, the untimely caution, and he's doing well to do it right now. He's 2 seconds back last time it scrolled. We'll see what it is now. I think he was around P8, something like that. I'm not entirely sure.
The
So 2
5 car?
seconds, 2.2 for Diego Roldan. So he's not gaining time in traffic, but he's doing what he can at the moment.
Yeah, you can't go hard. You have to mitigate your tires to some extent.
You do. As much as you want to push and gain time, McGillen loose out of 4. As much as you want to recover from that, great misfortune. As I genuinely think that, bar the caution, that was probably Roldan's race to win with how that was playing out. But obviously, still 27 laps to go, so it still could be. It's just going to require some things to fall his way. As Carey, Yeah, Lindsay is going. He's after it now. Can't push too hard, as these two will catch back up to him if he does decide to push too hard. As I am going to point out, CJ Erdman.
Oh yeah,
Welcome
Running in
back,
fourth.
Fleischer.
he wasn't a lap down compared to. Oh yeah, Kohler McGillen pit before. It's all about who pit before everybody else. That's what really screwed everyone over.
Yeah. As right
Van
now,
Color having a good time, I think.
I'm going to turn one. Ortega kind of let him go. As Kohler McGillen, some comments from Dylan Smith there, maybe having McGillen having a rough handling race car. As I say that, drives around the
There's still no
outside of
damage, by
two
the way.
cars. What a
I
move.
think I don't think Dylan Smith said anything negative towards McGillen. I think it was something about fun. That's what I was able to decipher. So
Said
make
having
my car
a
out of what
look
your
like you're
car's
having a lot
made
of
out of,
fun,
that's
Kohler.
cool.
As I imagine that probably indicates that
Yeah, I
McGillen
got
is
you.
having a bit of a time controlling his race car.
okay, yeah.
RKR
But I mean, he's pulling a gap right now. Maybe he's got his tire temperatures figured out. As Ortega being passed by CJ Erdman. Take
Huh.
it to the outside.
Stardman not going to wait around. As I am going to
Because
point
we're
out,
all
Roldan
missing
has
you,
gained
Fleischer,
time to
don't
this
worry.
group,
Moderately fighting
will it-
up here.
but will it come back? Is Lindsay pushing too hard?
I mean, honestly, I'd assume so, to be honest. I mean, that's what we saw the previous stint when the 5 car was able to just zoom by him.
Yeah. But simultaneously, even though he is pushing quite aggressively, Carey isn't exactly falling away from him either. Not in the slightest. As a matter of fact, this whole group has actually gained about 2/10 to Lindsay that last lap.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Yeah, that is kind of
They're not-
everything
They're not
that Lindsay
losing it.
doesn't want.
Clinton McDonald is back on track, but he is currently 14 laps down.
Unfortunate for him, as he was set for a P3, maybe. Things played out. He would have been copping a good finish today. But unfortunately, not always how racing goes. As Carey, another 2/10. Ortega came with him, another 10th that lap. Erdman as well. Pica's gained a 10th. Roldan gained. Actually, he lost this lap.
Well, Don had Clinton go by him on the outside. That might have done something.
Very possibly. It seemed like he lost a substantial amount of time. As Joshua Carey. I said at the beginning of this race, I think Carey's got something in him today to win this race. And right now, he's looking to be showing that. As Lindsay, he's struggling on those tires. This
This
could
is
be
the last stop,
for the
too.
win.
He can't do anything at this point unless there's a caution.
You're going to need something to go your way if you're pacing Lindsay. This is the battle for the lead. Likely going to be the battle for the win. Come the end of this. Lap 102 of 120. Lap 19 to go. Joshua Carey lurking all over the back of that 99 car. He tries to drive it to the outside. He's got the grip. Lindsay's got to close the door before the exit. And he does, but can he block this run? We saw him try to block a move from Roldan earlier, so Lindsay is not afraid to get aggressive and get his elbows out to fight for the win. As he air
blocks his
blocks,
lane.
he keeps him up there, and he keeps the nose off he keeps the air off the nose.
You could just see the 81 just losing in mid-corner because of the dirty air. And that's allowing the 28 to slightly catch up, which is not good for the 81. I'm sure they're on similar tires, so you want to, if you're Carey, you want to stay as far away from the 28 as you can.
Keep him away from me, Joshua Carey is saying right now in the cockpit. As even behind Ortega. This battle is drawing them closer. Here comes Kerry to the bottom.
Go low,
Can he
go low,
find the
go
grip
low.
on the inside? It was a quick switch move
I'll
to
be
the
going
bottom,
high,
and Lindsay's just going to get the drive off. It's
Yeah,
just not
that's the
enough.
problem. As long as Lindsay has the preferred line, I think it's going to be hard getting by him. Unless Kerry just has that much better tires. And see, even Kerry gets in the wake of Lindsay again, which... If you look, here comes Ortega.
This battle is going to heat up. It's going to get exciting. It already is exciting. This could be shaping up to be a phenomenal battle across 3 cars for the win. Also, I'm not sure what's going on with the 21 and the 28. Is McDonald pushing Ortega at all, or is it just...
I think
the
he's
pace
just here. McDonald is on maybe end lap newer tires, so I think he's just being here just for the sake of it. But
potentially
he could
is-
be pushing his teammates because, I mean, you're 14 laps down. I can't see why not.
As yeah, Kerry just cannot, whatever he does, cannot get by Pace and Lindsay because every lane that he goes to is blocked up. As here comes Kerry to the inside.
It's tight. Look at that.
He just gets tight. Yeah, it's
And here comes Ortega with the run on the outside. I wonder if Kerry is trying to save for these last coming 10 laps.
maybe. Well, we're gonna maybe see it here. Ortega jumps to the bottom. As will Kerry do the same thing to Ortega that Lindsay's been doing to him for
Wow,
multiple laps
Kerry
now.
Kerry is not able to get the drive off like Lindsay is able to.
Not at all, but I mean they're running a strong line now.
Look at this.
This is
what was
close
what
to
was
get.
it? Was Lindsay actually saving this entire time?
No way. At the
Because-
pace that he was running, maybe he built the gap early so he can save in the middle.
That that would be quite the play.
That's mind games. Give them hope that they're catching and then just crush it and you start gapping them by a 10th a lap. Is also I will bring it up. Kenneth Pikus. He's not far out of this battle either.
He is not. He got by CJ Urban a little while ago, and he's
Here we go.
putting a huge gap.
McDonald
He's
is
catching- he's
pushing
catching-
Ortega.
Yeah, that is a little, I guess, questionable in terms of team orders, but
Yeah.
technically it's fair. Look, is he gonna do the same thing? Yep, draws close to his bumper. Yep.
Definitely some help. As Lindsay,
And here comes Pikas too. Pikas on the bottom. He might get by Kerry at least.
yeah, this is gonna get interesting. 12 laps to go. 11 at the line. There you go. 11 laps to go. Kerry, McDonald is just on the bumper of Ortega right now.
Yeah.
So getting
But
some
can-
substantial help.
What can Lindsay do with this crazy, with this crazy bump drafting that these teammates are doing? I think all you can really do is block high.
Yeah, take away their line. Because, I mean, all they're
Which-
doing right now is you're having Ortega take more mid-corner speed and you're having McDonald try and get more run off the exit. And, I mean, it's working right now. Once he's not blocking the line, though. Non-entry, at least. And, I mean, that's where you need to be blocking it, because that's where they're setting up the
Or
run.
down low.
Yeah.
As the
Oh,
top
here-
5. Or
Where's
top
he gonna
4,
look?
rather.
Okay.
I didn't mean to get into there. I was just trying to get up close
Okay.
to the
Once he
end.
goes to the outside, look at them all running different lanes.
Yeah. I feel like
Ortega's
Lindsay-
loose.
Oh, he's the
Ortega's in
wall.
the wall. He has a cushion to fall back on, though, from the push from McDonald. But signs of struggle right now to the 28. He's going to send it in. He's maybe thinking, all right, well, that might be time that my car's telling me it's now or never. He looks to the inside of Pace and Lindsay. He doesn't have the momentum,
They're
but
so
Lindsay
close.
blocks a little bit low. He defends slightly. Where does Ortega go? He stays on the outside.
Oh, he's
Lindsay
barrel
arrow
blocking
blocks him.
properly.
Yes, he does. Is Ortega... He keeps it out of the wall, but he had to check up so substantially. As right now,
He's-
Ortega trying to communicate
Or-
with his
yeah, he's saying
teammates
he
of where
can't get
he
the power
needs
down.
help.
Oh, big checkup. Pikas has to lift.
Here comes Ortega to the
Oh,
bottom,
this is close.
just
He's
to
gonna
the
get-
bumper.
He's going to get so tight. Look at that.
McDonald
Ooh.
gets out of the battle. Sportsmanship being shown between the top 4. Kenneth Pickett's looking for 3rd. This battle for the lead could get heated.
We look at all 3 different lanes. What can Pace and Lindsay do against these slightly newer tires?
Slightly. It's like a pack of hungry dogs working in behind Pace and Lindsay. Everyone wants a piece.
What?
And Ortega
What
gets
in the
into
world
him.
is that?
He's not even going to try.
What lane should I be in, leader?
Lindsay
this
puts
is
it on his
gonna be
door.
tough.
Yeah, Lindsay's not going to let him have it. I can imagine there's going to be some exchanging of words after this race. Lindsay hangs it on his door. Ortega
they're-
from the bottom, and they go make contact into 3. Carry on the bottom, trying to get the move as well.
Thank you.
Here comes
This is
Harry and
incredible.
Picas.
Carry,
Oh, he's
look
getting
at that,
turned!
Carry
I didn't
gets
even fucking
turned.
touch you.
No!
Caution, yellow
Carry and
flag.
McDonald
Oh,
into the
no.
wall. Lindsay as well.
That's insane.
Carrie's missing a bumper.
Wow.
Well,
Drama in the late
True
stages
colors.
here in Vegas.
don't get fucking mad at me because an XMS driver moved you out the way. Move him out the way.
Unbelievable.
What?
I mean, I don't even know what to say. I can't even begin to find words.
I may need a black flag clear defensive.
Ortega
McDonald
drives
to
it into
catch
the
up with-
corner and moves Lindsay. It's aggressive,
kidding,
but
I
it's
really-
fair. It's oval racing. I wouldn't
Oh,
exactly
never
say
mind
it's the greatest
Apologies.
move I've ever seen, not in the slightest.
Anyway,
But,
don't
I mean,
know
I
if
guess,
told you
whatever.
Or not, or what happened there. My
He
wheel was
drives
like
it in,
15
and
degrees off,
Ortega
so I'm trying
and
to keep
Lindsay
it straight, but I
kind of
couldn't
hug
do
on
it
each other's
because
door.
Ortega
You launch them
Yeah,
both up
whenever
the
he's not there.
track. Carrie trying to
Gas pedals on the
just
right.
pick up the pieces, and he was probably going to fight Ortega for the lead there. And
Oh, I've been
Lindsay
pressing the one
just
on the
comes
left.
down. I mean, I don't know, like, out of
Dude, I'm not
malicious
gonna lie,
intent,
you're
I
lucky that
highly
I'm not
doubt
going
it.
at 200 miles
But
an
I
hour
think
in
just
your
a
right rear right
heavy
now.
misjudgment by Pace and Lindsay there.
I'm just gonna say that.
As Clinton
Carrie-
McDonald, oh.
I think
Yeah,
Clinton
Pacey
McDonald just got
was
frustrated.
Yeah, that's questionable out of McDonald
Yeah.
there.
Payson enjoys
'Cause
the
I was-
vacation.
I can understand that's a teammate, but still,
I
you're.
hope he does. I
Yeah,
hope he
no
takes some time
no
to think about
room
what
to
he's
do
done.
that by
That's
McDonald.
intentional.
And who he done it to.
It's just
Again, I
amazing
don't-
how you can hook someone every time your wheel has a problem. I mean, it's stunning. That's happened more than once.
Yeah,
I
Pace
don't,
and
that's
Lindsay just
hard.
tough
No need
arc.
to
Cuts-
wheel.
At the same time, I don't. Joshua Carey doesn't turn early as Ortega, but still, you gotta give room. I feel like in these situations.
You do. I mean, you have to turn based on where the other car's in. You can't just expect them to stick to the line you expect them to. They don't.
It's miraculous,
do
isn't
that.
it, you
I mean,
would
he's
switch
turning
lanes
there,
somehow
but
to
Lindsay
the
just
left
comes
every
down.
time you get,
Why did Ortega send Lindsay? I want to
someone
understand
below
that
you,
he did
huh?
not. Ortega
there
did
was-
not break into
There was
one. Like,
nothing wrong from what Lindsay was doing. I don't know what the move by
Oh,
Ortega was.
I think the lap prior.
Can we hurry up and get
No.
a penalty update on Payson?
I don't understand Ortega's frustration because the only thing I can see is that Pace and Lindsay he blocked Ortega slightly, but he didn't make contact. He just blocked him with a crossover.
Yeah, I think that's a situation maybe cooler heads need to prevail. And, because I mean what started it was the push from Ortega. And I'm sure Lindsay's
I'm not
going to be
certain
racking in his head the decisions.
Yeah,
There
no,
is,
then
I
you can
imagine
pick
he's
the
probably a bit
direction
frustrated at a lap car that's 13 laps down. Clint McDonald was pushing Ortega.
That's absolutely BS if you're going to have 4 teammates
Up
working
there.
together to try to pass me. They can't pass me, and then they kill me. Like, no, I'm not serving that. I will fight that post.
Oh. Pace and Lindsay.
Dude, you
Ooh.
fucking right-hooked someone who was passing you cleanly. If you got a problem with the guy fucking moving you out the way, hook him.
Officials, we
Yeah,
get
Carrie-
still control car, yeah.
Makes a
But if
fair.
he's not going to serve it, kick him from the race. It's simple as that.
I mean,
Because Lindsay not thinking
give him
his
the driver. If he
penalty
doesn't
is
serve it, he'll
fair.
get disqualified by iRacing. So yeah, I mean,
He's
But
it's fine.
it's not exactly. It's not his.
Absolutely BS. You need 4 cars to pass one guy, and then the one guy that's in contention completely kills the other car in contention. Like,
I get Pace and Lindsay being upset about
everybody that's not in the
teammates
top
working
two, just
together, but
be very
that's-
cautious on this restart here. I think we
it's-
all know what's about to go down.
like you can't
We either gotta extend it
when
or
they
move
pass
into
you, you
session.
can't can't right hook people.
Man.
Yeah, you cannot, under any circumstances, it okay, no matter what happened before, to just intentionally wreck someone, and that goes for both Pace and Lindsay
I
and
had-
Clinton
I had
McDonald.
my
Like
screen freeze, and I had
that
serve
to
a
me
penalty.
is ridiculous by
Official.
both of them.
Confirm. I'm still.
But,
yes.
That does not matter right now. What matters is the fight for the lead that is going
No,
to
bottom
kick off.
control.
The pace car will get ready to pull down pit road.
Hey, behind me, I have no tires.
As it does, up at the front, it's Ortega and
Yeah,
actually the
Pace
other
and
car.
Lindsay-
That's insane. Get him out of here. Fucking DQ him. Yes,
Lindsay
There we go.
jumps the start
Good
and
job, you
gets
fucking
disqualified.
Yeah,
Christian Herklotz,
That's actually
who
hilarious.
was involved in jumping the start earlier, is up at the front right now, as this is a great battle for the
This is
lead.
tight.
Ortega gets loose. Roldan trying to push. This is a battle for what could have been winners
Christian
and what
Herklotz
will
is
be
leading?
winner. Herklotz is at the front. Pincus is looking for a move.
Ooh.
Herklotz gets
tire
moved
difference.
by Ortega, and Roldan drives it around the outside. He's going
A
to get
huge
the
comeback.
lead.
Oh,
With
big crash.
contact.
Oh, that's a huge crash.
A big wreck. Do they get to the line?
What
they-
just happened?
No, I think is that it?
I don't
18
know.
came up with
There's no
whoever it was
caution.
came up
They
with
keep
nobody was
racing. Ortega
think-
sends it in. He puts it on Roldan's door. Roldan holds on.
Here
Pincus
comes
lurking in the
Pincus.
back, maybe trying
Where's
to
he
get
gonna go
P2.
high?
Ortega defends. What can Roldan do? Ortega sends it in
Oh.
as he just lost P2.
there. Good work, whoever did that.
There goes Picus.
Yes, he has. Pincus gets P2. Roldan will win in Vegas.
Well,
Wow,
like,
what-
the
I-
fuck?
I can't even begin.
What?
Hold on, drifting through the
You
corner.
restart, so you drive through it.
I can't even begin to process what even happened that last
Yeah,
restart.
there's just
Of course you won't get a suspension though.
a bound of emotions,
Joshua,
I
props
think,
to you
there
for getting
across
clipped in
the
that,
field.
Especially Roldan going from what was it, 5th to 1st
Yeah,
throughout the chaos.
I just.
That
I mean, the only reason I got
I
pissed
mean,
is because I was
it's-
obviously the only person to check up for the wreck. So
uh-oh.
if you use your brakes, you get good results.
I guess the caution button.
Fuck. Also, hi,
Didn't-
Greg. Glad to see you.
I
Happy
think
Wrestling
the
Championship
results would
race
have been the same
Kind of support your little
whether or not
buddy.
the caution came out.
So you can run both GM cars over, and you're gonna get nothing out of it.
Y'all attempted to manipulate the race to the finish. I just bumped Payton out of the way, and then he hooked my teammate, so...
I guess it's only driving standards one way.
Like, not only did you jump the restart, man, you were ahead in the zone. That should have been an immediate black flag. In any other condition. But it's okay, I'm the idiot. It's all my fault. It's okay. You guys are all so right.
Roldan burns it down. First win in the HRL Cup Series here at Vegas. In what was a thriller in every way, both dramatically,
Yeah.
racing, Pace and Lindsay will probably have some question marks surrounding him after
this
this
is-
race.
Probably
Heavy.
by far the most dramatic race
Easily.
this season.
Easily.
Even from an official standpoint, what a tricky situations.
Absolutely. As it's definitely, it created drama, it created entertainment. That's what you want out of these races, is Brendan Jewett pushing Ryan Jewett to the checkered flag. That's awesome. But what a race that was. Dagan,
Yeah, well, we have a lot of post-race stuff to clear up, but
Yeah,
For now, that was on the
officials
surface. That was
have-
an exciting race.
Yeah, the officials have a lot of work on their hands, so we will close up quickly here. What an amazing race this was from Las Vegas. We hope to put on just as much of a show next week in Phoenix. Join us back at 3 p.m. EST next Saturday for Phoenix Raceway. We've been HRL from Las Vegas.